Throughout my country's thousands of years of history, hundreds of emperors have emerged. Among the most perfect founding monarchs, Emperor Guangwu Luxiu undoubtedly exemplifies this. This founder of the Eastern Han Dynasty that not only perfectly inherited the Han Dynasty's orthodoxy, but also maintained that an impeccable character throughout his life, leaving behind a near-perfect record in historical records. This even led many later generations to question that whether his life story was deliberately embellished. So, how credible are these legends that have been passed down through the ages? Ever since Emperor Wu of Han implemented the Enfeoffment Edict, the power of the Han royal family has been waning, like the fragmented pie. When the pie of power is enjoyed by only one person, it may inspire gratification. But when it is divided over generations, everyone ultimately receives only a sliver. By the time the lineage of Lu Fa, Prince Ding of Changsha, reached Luxiu, the clan's branches had become as numerous as the stars, making even this last sliver difficult to maintain. Luxiu's father, Lu Qin, was fortunate enough to secure a position as a county magistrate during the turbulent times. While not wealthy, he was able to provide for his family. This contented nature deeply influenced Luxiu, imbuing him with a deep desire for a secure family from a young age. Had fate not vexed him, Lu Qin might have ensured a simple life for his son. However, his father's sudden death when Luxiu was 9 forced the young Bo shoulder the burden of supporting his family and finding food and shelter for his younger sister. As the 5th son in the family, Luxiu had 2 older brothers, 2 older sisters, and a younger sister. Why was he the sole provider of the household during this difficult time? His eldest brother, Lu Yan, had lofty ambitions. His 2 older sisters had already married, and his other 2 brothers had also started their own families, unwilling to take in his younger siblings. Fortunately, their uncle took them in, allowing Luxiu and his sister Tio find shelter amidst the turbulent times and live a normal life from then on. This ordinary existence was particularly difficult during the turbulent times. While his eldest brother, Lu Yan, was busy befriending heroes and aiming for great power, Luxiu remained diligent in farming. Otherwise, the family would struggle to make ends meet. This situation was quite similar to that of Lu Shi, the brother of Emperor Gaozu of Han. Despite being crowned king, Lu Shi remained timid and devoted his days to farming. On the surface, Luxiu resembled this relative, often earning him ridicule from his brother. But beneath the surface, Luxiu's true potential lay hidden. While Lu Yan openly recruited retainers, attracting a diverse range of followers, even taking responsibility for their mistakes, Luxiu secretly recruited talented individuals. He acted with extreme caution, keeping his background secret even from his family and accepting that only those truly desperate, so that officials were reluctant to visit his home. At the age of 20, Luxiu successfully entered the Imperial College, ushering in a new chapter in his life. This educational experience not only broadened his horizons, but also laid the foundation for his future unification of China. During his time at the Imperial Academy, Luxiu was no pedantic scholar oblivious to the world outside. Beyond his studies, he befriended prominent figures from all corners of the country, several of whom later became key figures in his imperial career. Just as Luxiu was secretly accumulating strength, Wang Mang finally gave in to his ambition and usurped the Han Dynasty, establishing the Xian Dynasty. This reformer, despite his forward-thinking ideas, acted too hastily, angering both the powerful and the common people. His radical policies alienated the nobility and provoked rebellion among the common people, ultimately leading to his death and the destruction of his country before he could even warm a seat. Of course, this is a story for later. Wang Mang, newly ascended to the throne, was still firmly entrenched in the court. Upon hearing the news of Wang Mang's enthronement, Luxiu resolutely left the Imperial Academy and returned home. There, he supported himself by farming while observing the unfolding situation. However, his brother, Lu Yan, could no longer contain his fear and secretly planned a rebellion against Wang Mang. In contrast to his brother's impatience, Luxiu maintained a clear-headed judgment, insisting on waiting for the situation to become clear before taking action. However, things didn't go as planned. A retainer under Lu Yan's command committed a crime that implicated the entire family, forcing the 2 brothers into exile. With nowhere else to turn, Luxiu joined his brother in a hasty uprising. The rebel army was poorly equipped, lacking proper weapons. Luxiu, the general, was even forced to fight from the back of a cow. This predicament stood in stark contrast to the momentum that would later sweep across the country. At the time, numerous heroes emerged across the country, with the Gongshi army, led by Lu Xian, being the most powerful. Seeking advancement, Luxiu led his troops to ally with the Gongshi regime and proclaimed Lu Xian emperor. Wang Mang, alarmed by the news, mobilized a million-strong army from across the country to suppress the rebellion. At the Battle of Kunyang, Luxiu faced a lone force of 20,000 against a million-strong force. This seemingly hopeless battle, however, was a miracle thanks to Luxiu's brilliant command, completely annihilating Wang Mang's main force and shocking the world. This battle not only made Emperor Gongshi wary of Luxiu, but also sowed the seeds of fratricide. While Luxiu was away on a campaign, Emperor Gongshi executed Lu Yan without cause, hoping to suppress his influence. Faced with his brother's tragic death, Luxiu suppressed his grief and, with remarkable fortitude, feigned a righteous attitude, successfully gaining Emperor Gongshi's trust. Far from taking precautions, Emperor Gongshi entrusted him with a crucial task, commanding troops stationed in Hebei, this strategically complex region that became the birthplace of Lu Xiu's rise. The fame of the Battle of Kunyang that attracted numerous Hebei rebels, and a large number of surrendered Dutch soldiers bolstered his military strength.